Takes the white flag, one lap remaining here at the rock. He is going to make his way over turn 4 and come to the checkered flag. Hunter Peach wins the fast lane 175 at Rock.
Great lift from the back of the street. There's the Boston and Vegas. Who's it going to be? Rescue John Parker around. It's going to be Ruiz winning the race.
Here out front, he's long third course, checkered flag waving, John Parker back in the win column. 2, 3, 4 for the final time. Nick Hapiak off of turn 4. Just a few more feet, and Nick Hapiak will be your champion for the 4th time in the NAOR DIS Cup Series.
This is the NAOR iRacing Series.
Welcome, viewers, to race 5 of 17 of this NAOR Racing League regular season. Here we are in the final of qualifying here. Final top 10 about to go out for their final few runs here in about 5 minutes. They got 5 minutes to go set a better time than we got right now. Pacey Wygent sits on pole with a 29.867. We're hoping to see some really good times coming out. They're about to get off of pit road here. We're going to see multiple of them coming off. Looking like it's going to be a good race. We got about 39 laps on field here with a 120 lap race tonight. So it should be about a 2 to 3 stop race. Potentially, hopefully they could stretch it if some drivers look to save, or if we get some late cautions, we could see some strategy come into play. You know, we are here at Las Vegas, out here in the Nevada desert. We might see some gambles. I mean, do you take the gamble going with 2 tires or 4 tires, or do you even take none if you haven't ran for very long? As we're going, Nick Hapiak here, we're going to watch him as he leads the group to the green here for their final 5 minutes of qualifying. Can any drivers improve to beat Pacey to the pole time? I don't know for sure, but we're going to see here as we got a lot of guys who are really close. I mean, Cole Snyder's right up on the bumper of 57 of Ethan Francesco Moreno. Sorry, excuse my pronunciations, new to this league, new to broadcasting. I don't know if I personally would want to be that close. Feel like the dirty air would be pretty bad in that area, but who knows? Maybe these drivers know stuff I don't. As we sit here, we're getting ready. Race 5. Last week's winner was, let me pull it up here. Kyle Taub won last week at Auto Club by about a margin of 0.604 of a second. As we have a wreck on caught by the 5 car of Giovanni Klein wrecking under qualifying as I look back at my screen. Jonathan D. Parker came in second. Kyle's currently sitting just outside the top 10. He's sitting 16th in qualifying, and Jonathan Parker is 6th currently. So maybe we'll see some fireworks from them. Right now, leading the point standings, we have E. Moreno and J. Parker. So Parker, with the 6th position, going to start actually right outside as of right now. His rival, Ethan Morano. They're both teammates for Jared Vogley Motorsports, but when you're fighting a championship, I don't believe teammates exist anymore. We'll have to see how this qualifying closes out, as some drivers are going to come out for their last few laps. I mean, they've got 2.5 minutes here. I'm honestly not too sure if anyone's going to improve on a 29.867. Track might have slicked up, track might have got a little too much rubber, but we're going to have to wait and see. Ugh. As we watch Jonathan Parker come off a projected lap of a 29.98. What did he get? He ran a 30.003. Improved. He's still 6th. He needs to run faster than 29.976 to improve. Honestly, these guys... Oh, as Ethan gets into the wall, that's not going to help his times. He needs to see. Giovanni Klein coming under the line as he starts his lap. I think these guys probably got maybe 1-2 more laps at most to really put in a time. We're going to see if any of them can really get it done, but it's hard usually to go faster when you've already set your best times, honestly, at the very beginning of your session. Klein comes off 4, going to stay high, not cut the apron, probably setting up for a second lap, try and keep the momentum up high. And nope, he's just going to go put it in the apron and decide he can't go faster. As here comes Cole Snyder off of 4, looks like this is going to be a high line dominant track. We'll have to see how that transitions early in the race session, if the high line will continue to be dominant, or if the drivers move to the low line and just that the high line is good for building up speed. Cole Snyder, as we see, currently second, a little bit off of Pacey Wigenet's pace. Hopefully we can see some more coming from him, and maybe we can see someone challenge that pole position, but we're just not seeing it happen right now. We got 30 seconds left in this qualifying session. If these drivers are going to put down a lap time, they got to put it down now. If you aren't out there, you're probably not going to get it done. We see a bunch of them are back on pit road. Are they going to be coming off of pit road is the question. Ugh. 10 seconds remaining in the qualifying session. Pacey Wigenet coming back through. He's going to run a 30.542. That's not going to improve his time. I don't think anyone's going to touch him, as Pacey Wigenet will win the pole for tonight, followed by Cole Snyder. Unless anyone can challenge them in these last 2 laps, they'll be your front row. Honestly, we're kind of looking forward to this. Right now, for everyone to know, Jonathan Parker is the only driver here to win twice, and this is their 3rd time coming here. So, of the 2 times before, he swept them. Can he go and get his 3rd win? He's the only driver also with 2 top 5s. So he seems to be the most consistent when you come here to Vegas. Parker, Klein, Arnold, and Meredith, they all have top 10s here. They both all have 2 top 10s here. Excuse my language. A little over talking myself right now. So look for those drivers to be pretty consistent, and some of them are going to have to come through the back. But Jonathan Parker is definitely going to be the car we're going to have to watch tonight. Looking forward to some really, really good racing as the drivers start to form up their grid. Yep. welcome back. Let's go through our starting grid here tonight at the NAOR Racing League here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Starting on pole, Pacey Wygenit. Starting beside him, Cole Snyder. Pacey was able to secure pole by over almost a little over half a tenth of a second. We're going to have to see how he continues to move forward. Can he grow that lead? Starting third, Jaden Porter. Starting fourth, Giovanni Klein. Excuse my French. Starting fifth, Ethan Francesco Moreno, your championship leader. Tied, starting sixth, his tied mate, Jonathan Parker, the guy who's won here twice. Can he get it done a third time tonight? Starting seventh, Josh Arnold in the 22, and Brett Bennett in this 47. Jimmy Mensch starting 9th, and 10th, Nick Hapiak. Starting 11th, Dylan Chappelle, and 12th, Justin Quimby. Starting 13th, the 23 of Jose Ruiz, and starting 14th, the number 2 of Donnie Knight. Starting 15th, Mike Campbell, and 16th, Kyle Taub, the last week's winner. Starting 17th, Nathan Lehman, and 18th, Hunter Peich. I think that's how you say it. Okay. 19th, Zachary Meredith in the 17, and in the 82, starting 20th, Cody McCorkle. In 21, Mark Kisenworth, and in 22nd, the 87 of Tyler Brynock. And starting last, 23rd, the number 9 of Enrique Quinos in the 9DE9 Designs car. As we finish up these pace laps, we're going to look for a lot of strategy here. We got stages at the end of lap 20 for stage 1 and the end of lap 45 for stage 2. These drivers can make it all the way through stage 1 for sure on fuel, and almost the end of stage 2. So could we see some strategy with stage points where drivers come in early on stage 1 and continue, and maybe sacrifice points there, but make it all the way to the end of stage 2 instead of having to pit during that stage 2. We're gonna have to see how the cautions fly, how the drivers go, as the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car will take them through 4 for the final time on this pre-race show. He'll take that hard left down, and Pacey Wygenit will wait on the starter to throw that green flag down in the air. Barney's going to have him ready to go, and the green flag is out here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Pacey gets a great start as Cole Snyder just doesn't get going on the outside line, really stacks it up, and to the inside goes Jaden Porter. He's going to try and take the lead here into turn 1. Coming off of 2, he's going to have him cleared. He will clear all the way up, but he won't. He will stay down to help the 57 get some draft to clear the 00. Now he goes to the wall, and the 28 takes the lead now as the 57 and the 00 battle behind him. The 00 is going to have that run off the top side. Will he get it there? He looks to be almost getting to the outside of the 28 now. 28 stays clear, luckily, and the 28 is going to continue to roll the bottom as the 0 and the 00 and the 57 continue to battle for second place. You know, this track does eat its tires up. You're going to want to save those. You're not going to want to battle for too long, as now they get to single file. We're pretty much single file throughout the front pack. Pacey Wygenit trying to surge on Jaden Porter right now. So here we go. He's going to go to the outside of him down the front stretch. Are we going to have 3 wide? Almost. Nope, they're going to be 3 wide into turn 1, and Jaden, iRacing on the internet, blinks. But that's okay, as they keep it all together. As Pacey's into the wall off of 2, hopefully not too much damage. It doesn't look like he broke one of those toe links, as iRacing's a lot more forgiving than real life. Giovanni Klein here, really starting to hard charge up through the field. He's already up he's moving for 3rd. It looks like he might be moving in on these leaders. There's a lot more draft having to take effect here at Vegas than I thought there would be tonight. I thought this track in most cars usually gets pretty single file, but in these next gen cars, I guess the draft is just everything here. They get a little bit touchy for third, and Jaden continues to have some internet issues. Hopefully he can get those sorted out. He's having a great run as he had an amazing start on Pacey. Just timed it perfectly. Giovanni Klein still trying to get to the outside of Ethan. Can he get it? Down into 3 and 4, Giovanni getting to the outside. Can he roll it? Can he roll the top? Finally get clear of that 57. That's been a little bit of a thorn in his side for the past few laps. It doesn't look like he can as the 28 starting to surge back onto the double zero. Is going to go to the inside in turn 1. Is the 28 going to clear the double zero as they get side by side through 1? No, the double zero will hold out on the top side. Further back, we got a lot of side-by-side battling, the 22 and the 24 side-by-side. Josh Arnold, Cole Snyder just going side-by-side. We got a lot of 2x2 here, which is really shocking for Vegas. We really think these guys want to get into line, but I guess they see that first stage and they want to get into the top 10 in points. Your winner here the past 2 times, Jonathan Parker, the 48, has slid back into 9th from his starting spot, but honestly, he's not doing anything wrong. He's got to keep that car nose clean. He probably knows that from the past few times he's won here. Just keep it clean, and maybe we'll see some action from him later on tonight. As Pacey's going to go to the lead with Jaden still in his inside. Are they going to get 3 wide here again with the 57? As Giovanni's going to try and make the very top work above the second seam. Can he make it work? He's going to lose a little bit of ground on corner exit to begin, but that momentum he's going to carry down that backstretch will be huge for maybe getting into 3 and 4 and helping him get around the 57 finally. As they're 3 wide behind these guys, coming out of 4 usually doesn't work very well here as the car likes to get really tight coming off of 4, but they all sorted it out with the 94, the 22, and the 6. We just have a bunch of pack racing here. A lot of guys getting really, really tight to each other. We're only on lap 9 of 120, by the way, folks. This is insane to see. I can't believe it. I think these drivers should take them chill. Maybe get some single file going. They know more than I do, and they're the ones in the car, not me. As the 28's going to go to the inside of the double zero again. Is he going to clear him? Almost clears him, but can't just get it done in the middle of the corner. He's going to have to throw a nasty slide job on him if he really wants to get it done here. Maybe pull a dirt move where he crosses that nose just right in the center of the corner to try and get to the high side and pull it off. Here comes the rest of the pack. As now the double zero and the 28 are finally starting to pull away from everyone. It's really starting to help them. Kind of, if they could get single file, I bet they could probably pull away from this field, but they want to continue to sit here battling way too hard. It's just going to continue to draw all this pack back to them. You can see someone shoot out of line back there, but gets right back into it. Nick Hapiak has really made a surge on these guys. Starting well back there. He is really starting to surge on them. He's up to 3rd. I see he's also having some internet issues. Man. Some of these drivers need to figure out their internet, but it's okay. We'll make it work here. Nick Hapiak, man, he's now going to clear. Oh! Almost clears for 3rd. Nearly gets it in. Nearly gets the 57 to hit him in the rear, and that could have been bad. Could have seen the first caution today here at lap 12. Hapiak's going to look to go to the outside as he gets loose coming off of 4. Saves it, but oh, man. I think we got a lot of drivers here overdriving their cars maybe a little bit. Maybe need to reel it back in, you know. Sometimes you just got to go slow to go fast, as some people would say, or turn right to go left, as Doc Hudson would say. As now Pacey finally gets past the 28, and honestly, that's probably the best thing they could do. If both those cars could really figure it out here, get single file, I bet they could really start to pull away from these guys in a nice single file, orderly fashion. But knowing race car drivers, they'll never want to be single file and orderly. Ooh, Nick almost grabbing the wall there off of 2. Hopefully he didn't, as Jonathan Parker is now starting to make his time back up into 6th where he started. Can he get past Happy Act for 5th? We're going to see if he can. He's getting there. He's to the bumper. He'll look to the inside. Coming down into 1 as the leaders are battling once again. The 28 and the 00 just can't leave each other alone tonight. They just want to go side by side almost every corner. The one thing for Parker is he can't really lose sight of that 57 car. You know, there is a regular season championship on the line tonight. And although it's only race 5, every race is going to end up mattering towards your points if you really want to have a chance in that playoff system that these guys have. As the 57 is going to push the 28 down the front stretch into 1, and the 28 is going to get clear, slide up, get loose in front of the 00, and the 00 gets underneath, but gets loose and is still loose all the way up until corner exit. And now he's going to slide back into 3rd as the 57 is now going to go below the 28. We're going to have another side-by-side battle for the lead. Oh, the 57 gets loose. The 57 spins into the grass. That will not bring out the caution as iRacing has decided that he is off track enough. And he spun around there. He's down in the grass. He came up off of 4, just got a little too tight in all honesty. Trying to clear the 28, just got tight and overcorrected it. He will now have to deal with the whole pack coming surging at him as they're at full pace, and he's not. As Jonathan Parker has made some moves, and now he's up into 3rd. This is huge for him. Remember, the only guy to win here, as this is their 3rd trip here. He's won the previous 2. Can he get to the front of this pack, pull away, and win a 3rd? We're going to have to wait and see. It's only lap 18 as the stage caution will be coming out at the end of lap 20. We are nearly there. Some of these drivers starting to get a little more desperate for their stage points. As we're seeing the top side really starting to come in 3 and 4 especially. The drivers are really starting to get up there. Happyack, Pacey, I saw them back there getting up there. As we're 3 wide for the front with the 22, the 28, and the 24. The 24 is going to surge ahead. He's going to surge ahead, but he's not going to be able to keep it because of the momentum of the 28 on corner exit. As the 28's getting a little bit loose, and Jordan Parker is going to go to the inside. Is he going to go to the inside? He's all the way. He is clear if he wanted it. Will he clear all the way up? Jordan Parker to the lead as the 24 bounces off the 22 and the 15. And the caution comes out here, ending the stage early as the 24 goes around in front of the entire field. Does a little bit of damage to the 15 and the 00. Hopefully not too much. Hopefully they should be okay. Here it is, the 24 just inside the 28, just gets loose coming off the corner, comes down, hits the 15, hits into the 22, the 22 goes spinning, and into the 00, the 00 gets some front nose damage, hopefully nothing too major, and they can get that fixed up for him, as Pacey's always been fast here. 24 is going to have the most damage from it, we're going to have to see what he can do. Well, that'll bring us to the end of this stage as Jonathan Parker will win the stage as the caution ends at a lap early. And here we go for pit stops. Are we going to see any strategy calls this early? As we do, some guys are staying out. Let's see what we got going on here as the drivers come down pit road. Jonathan Parker taking the two lefts, and here's the 2 rights going on. No one's going to take those, no one's going to do 2 tires here this early, but Jonathan Parker will win the race off pit road. But he won't be restarting up front as of now, as 8 drivers stayed out, led by Brett Bennett, Nathan Lehman, and Cole Snyder, the guy who just spun it around. Now, I don't know how this league works with their stages, if they still score points even if it's at the end of lap 20 or if they ended a lap early. Going with it, still scoring points, as these drivers are all staying out to probably score those points and then are going to pit. But we're going to have to see here. It's the 47 with the rookie stripes on the back, will lead behind the iRacing Mustang pace car. As the Barney holds the yellow flag out, our drivers are sitting here pacing around as they are going to get double file. And the 47 will lead, not pitting there. What will Fresh Tires do with the 48 being the first car on Fresh Tires? He's going to restart in 6th position. He's going to be the one to watch on this restart. I'm telling you now, this could be crazy as they come around this track. It's going to be interesting to see how they do, how these drivers on older tires are going to be able to fend off. Are they going to restart as well? Is anyone going to spin the tires, especially the 24, staying out after that spin? His tires are hot. He's got damage. I'm not too sure really what his strategy is there. We're going to have to wait and see what his plan is. I mean, I personally would have pit, but Brett's going to lead him to the green here. He's going to have the choice in his restart zone of where he's going to want to go. As the 87, I'm also seeing, has a little bit of front nose damage, as well as the 14 seem to, on my screen, have a little bit of front nose damage. We got some guys up here with some damage. We're going to see if they can hold up on here. Might be a little bit of a hindrance to these guys on fresh tires, but we're going to probably see some real 3-wide, maybe even 4-wide action as Vegas is here to do it as we enter the Geico restart zone. The 47 of Brett Bennett's going to lead him to green, and the green flag is out. Brett Bennett gets a great launch with the 24 as well, getting a really, really good launch. Can he continue? Can he keep that car? How's that car going to handle after all that damage? As the 87 is going to go immediately backwards with the 28 and the 48 trying to get around the 36 now as the 28 clears and the 48 is going to go around the outside as the 5 grabs the wall off the 2. Here we go, the 24 going to the inside of the 47 with the 14 right behind. The 28 is going to go right in the middle of the track. Can he make it stick? He's going to go right in between both of them. What a move by the 28. That is a move and a half there by Jaden Porter. He wants this win. He wants to go take the lead and dominate. As Nick Hapiak also makes some great moves on the outside. As the 48's getting a little bit of a block, but the 24 gives him a little bit of a bumper to move him out of the way. As the 15's also coming around the outside of the 24. I think that damage for the 24 is really starting to is going to hinder him this restart. As now we see the 15. We haven't seen him all night, of Mark Kisenweather. Can he move this car forward? Can he keep it moving? As he's going to chase down the 28 and the 6. The 6 of Nick Hapiak has now taken the lead around the 28. Came out of nowhere on that restart. Really fired off on those new tires and just took advantage of all the slower cars in front of him, holding up the guys around him. The 15 starts to go to the outside of the 28. Can he make it stick? He can't get to the outside there. We're going to see if he can do it down into 1 here. He goes to the inside this time. Can he make it stick? Can he get around the 28? Will he throw a little bit of a slider? No. They get side by side directly even as the 6 is loving what he's seeing in his mirror because this is allowing him to drive away as he goes into the sunset because they are getting side by side behind him. Jonathan Parker, excuse me, will not go away at all as the 48 just wants to continue his streak of dominance here at Vegas. Jaden Porter dives it into 1 and 2, leading, goes all the way to the bottom as the 48 takes the middle. We're really starting to see the multiple grooves here really start to come alive as a lot of drivers are using that middle and bottom lanes through 1 and 2, but the middle and high lane in 3 and 4. As I say that, the 28 goes to the bottom and proves me wrong. Love it. But the 48 is going to get to his outside right rear quarter panel, and the 48 is now going to try and drive away from him if he can down into 1 and 2. The 28 is definitely going to have a surge here. Can he surge enough? No, he cannot. The 48 is going to drive off the corner and say goodbye and try and chase down that 6, hopefully, of Nick Hapiak. Can he get there? Defend his title here. As we're starting to see the 2 and the 99, 2 cars we haven't seen all day. Dylan Chappelle and Donnie Kite coming through the pack. They really benefited from those fresh tires against old tire benefit, old tire drivers, and they're really starting to benefit from it as they're going to go, as the 99 goes to the outside of the 5. Is he going to make a move to keep in the top 5, to get into 4th, I mean, no, 5th. Driver up here who's not being screwed? No, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to understand what's going on here. I'm a little shaking in my head right now. Anyways, the 15 and the 2 battle side by side behind these guys. Can they get it done? Can the 2 make the move happen into 1 and 2 here? As again, we're starting to really see the multiple grooves as now they're all starting to flow to the bottom in 1 and 2 as the 48 still leads the top line. As the 6 drives away, and the 5 is starting to try and get underneath of the 28, but the 28 shuts the door into 3 and 4. Remember, these guys got 40 laps on field. These guys pit at right about lap 20, so they're good to lap 60 now on fuel. Can they make it work? What will they do with the stage? These are all questions we're gonna have to answer here in about 15-ish laps when the second stage gets thrown. As the 5 dives to the inside of the 28, they make a little bit of contact. The 28's gonna get moved up the racetrack by the 5 of Giovanni Klein. Klein's going to dive it all the way down to the apron to try and avoid the side draft that the 28 definitely wants to do. Here they come, down into 1 and 2. 5 can't really get there, can't really get anywhere near in front of him, and the 28 is just going to drive off the corner and probably drive away from him. Yep, gets in front of him. As the 2 finally clears the 15 behind, and now has set his sights on the 99 right there. How are they going to get that move done? He's going to go to the outside of the 99. And they're back to side by side as the 99 throws a nasty block on the 2 all the way up the track. 99 does not want to get passed by the 2 at all. Trying to play lead block for his teammates. The 15 gets by the 99 though, costing him down in the front straightaway with that huge block as the 57, your points leader, is well back there behind the 2, sitting in 8th position. Can he start to close the gap and really bring it in? As we look back to Nick Hapiak, Jonathan Parker has slowly started to reel him in lap after lap after lap. What can he do? What will he do differently than the 6 to maybe try and make his way around him and work it? I've noticed the 48s really tried to love that middle line through 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, thinking it's just bringing him a little more momentum down the back straightaway. Just bringing him more momentum down the straightaways. He's able to clear into the 6s. He's getting bigger in the 6's mirror. I don't think the 6 likes seeing that very much. As behind, we got the 5 and the 28 battling again. The 5 is going to try and go to the inside of the 28 again. Can he get it done finally? Will he be able to get it done? Does not look like it. The 28 is going to continue to stay on the high side, and it's just rolling. When that middle groove and high groove get working here in Vegas, it gets very difficult to pass as the 48 up to the 6. Can he keep doing what he's doing and get past him? He turns in later, I'm noticing, getting a lot bigger of a run down the front straightaway and back straightaway. Really watch it here on the rear of the nose as the 6 is actually going to run higher to try and block his line a little bit, but turns in later. Here comes the 48 down the back straightaway. Can he? He's going to go to the inside here of the 6. Will he make the move? Will he make it? He's not going to get clear this time by, but he's going to be side by side down the front straightaway now. Now is the time he can make the move if he can make it stick through 1 and 2. He's going to try and clear him, but he can't. Just the 6 is hanging it right on that outside, and now with that momentum from the top side, he's gonna work on clearing him down the back straightaway. 48's gonna have to maybe slot back in line and maybe try again to try and get by on the high side. I don't think a bottom side pass will work anymore. The top side here is rolling, and you've got to either send it all the way through that corner on that bottom and give no care to your tires, or you're gonna have to get around him on the top side here tonight. As we got some really good battles going on throughout the pack. The 57 and 22, the 2 and the 57 and the 22 here going 3 wide as the 2 pitches the 57 coming off the corner. The 22 grabs the wall. Oh boy, here we go. Lap 38 of the 45 caution. The 2's gonna pinch the 22 up a little bit. Man, that 2's liking to pinch some drivers. He pinched the 57 down, pinched the 22 high in the next corner. I'll be watching out as the 28's gonna get by the 6 now, as the 48 has cleared him very well. Wow, let me say that. As the 48 has cleared the 6 pretty decently, as now the 15 is gonna start to sneak his way in. The 6 is starting to fall off. Wonder if he abused those tires trying to open up a huge lead earlier in this race. Seems to be the case here, as the 15 is gonna get around the 28. 15 is gonna get around the 6, sorry. And now he's gonna work his way around the 20. He's gonna try and work his way around the 28. The 00 of pacing wise, just sitting in 15th. Really just kind of off, by himself, it feels like. He's just kind of riding now. I wonder if he's just trying to play maybe a little bit of strategy or something with it. I know he had a lot of damage from that one, but he looks to be clean now. I wonder if he's just trying to save, ride around, get to the end of this stage, and then go from there about what he wants to do. Really, really disappointing coming from our pole sitter tonight. Just not able to really have the pace after that damage. Hopefully that car's okay. After maybe one more pit stop, he can get up there and really, really start to challenge for the lead. We get back to Jonathan Parker taking the lead as the 15 and the 28 really start to take their battle to the extreme. Can the 15 get around the 28? That's going to be some important points coming to the end of this stage, as the 28 is very much trying to hold him off. Everybody's starting to really start to single file out. Pit road will be closing here this time by. If anyone's going to dip off, they have to do it now. Doesn't really look like anyone's going to do it, and pit road has officially closed with 2 to go in the stage. 28 of Jaden Porter, the 15 of Mark Kaisenworth, really having a good battle here. Can we see if Jonathan Parker can go back-to-back, sweep the stages here tonight, or will the 15 be able to get around the 28 and maybe challenge, or will the 28 even have a challenge for him? Seems like the 15 is definitely the faster car than the 28 right now. As he gets to the inside of him, is he going to be able to make the move down the front stretch? Here we go, 2 to go in the stage now. On lap 44, it comes at the end of lap 45. The 15 gets around the 28. Can the 15 challenge the 48 for that stage win? He's going to need a really monster run through 3 and 4, and then to get to him through the next lap. He needs to get to that bumper before 1 and 2, as he's going to get to the inside. No, he will not get there, but he's very close. Here we go. The 15 trying. The 28 gets to the inside of the 15. 15's trying to steal this stage from the 48. The 48's maybe starting to fall off on those tires as the 15 gets to the outside of the 48. Here we go through 3 and 4 one more time before the caution flies. Will we see something? Will we see any fireworks from either of these drivers, or will they be a little smart as the 15 gets a little loose on the top side? Gets loose again coming off the corner, and the 48's going to be able to hold off and win stage number 2. As the 28 will also come back in second. What an ending to the stage there by the 48 of Jonathan Parker. That was a great job there by him. We'll have to see if he can continue to do that. Hopefully we can maybe bring him in for an interview if we'd like to. Yep. We'll bring him in after the pit stops, talk to him about winning both stages tonight. Stage 1 and stage 2. He swept the stages to my knowledge. Can he now take it the rest of the distance of roughly 70 some more laps to go? We got about 74 laps to go now. Can he take it the distance leading this race from here? As now the pace car picks up the field. And And we're going to see the pit stops going with everyone's going to pit here. We're going to see for sure if that happens or not. I would imagine everyone's going to pit as going only about 10 laps on field would not be the most wise decision. As here we go down, they're going to take that left turn down into pit road. The 48's going to lead them. Will we see some good stops, or what will we see happen here? As the 15 is out of his box, but the 48, oh, the 28 might be on 2. The 28 got a great launch out of his box. I don't know if the 28 took 2 or 4, but he got a great launch. Definitely took it. 28 is on 2 tires, that's for sure now. That is going 4. Okay, 28 got 4. That's just a great stop there by the 28. 13.9 second stop. His crew gets him the lead there. Let's still bring in, if we can, Jonathan Parker into here. Let me find him. Bring him in, talk to him, see what's going on, see what he's thinking. Okay.
You did.
Hey, Jonathan, Sam Hoff up here in the booth. You got a minute?
Yes, I do.
Jonathan, how have you been able to win both stages and dominate here at Vegas over the past 2 times? What is your secret here?
I don't know. It's the last time we were here was a very different package, very different car. So I just try to keep my tires under me, and if I do that, I should have a good chance.
Now, do you think there's anything you need to improve on here in stage 2 prior to the green flag flying here? Do you think you can, I mean stage 3, sorry, do you think you can do to maybe improve, get around this 28 and start to pull away from this field?
Save that right rear. It's treacherous out there. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's wicked loose once we get like 15 laps into a run. So if I can save my right rear better than everyone else, that's the key to success.
It was awesome watching the end of that stage. Did you have any fears of the 15 being able to get you there on that high side? We saw him get a little too loose. Were you afraid he would come down and maybe wipe you out was the issue?
I just didn't want him to get to my right rear, but he got there, so I gave it to him, and I got the bottom hooked up better than I thought I could in 3 or 4, so I might have learned a thing or two there.
Awesome. Well, let's see if you can take what you learned, pull it into the race, and have a good finish to this race. Best of luck to you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
That was Jonathan Parker, your stage 1 and 2 winner here tonight. We'll see if he can continue to do what he's done best, which is save that right rear here on the bottom of the track. Here in iRacing, one thing that you must know is usually you think, oh, you want to run the top line in real life to save the tire. But here on iRacing, one of the things is you need to take the bottom lane and actually do it because you're putting less wheel into it. Because you're putting less wheel and you're taking less distance, it actually saves the tire just slightly better for some reason. Who knows? iRacing's tire model's got some issues. But we're going to have to watch the 28 and the 48 here on the start. Restart will be on the 28 car. So he's had a really good run here of Jaden Porter. Let's see what he can maybe do here in these final 70 laps. We'll be going green with exactly 70 to go. They will need to pit stop around 39-ish, so start expecting pit stops around lap 82, 83, I would say at the earliest, and we would see the latest at almost 90, I would say, depending on if some drivers maybe try and save some fuel, they're going to try and get to the end, but can they get to the end if they save enough fuel? You can't come too early, because then you might be pushing it just a little too far. I expect to start seeing the stops around 84, 85. We'll see maybe the first few guys pop in. Are we going to see any more comers and goers from the beginning of this? We saw the 99, the 2 really surge up during that time. Points leader of the 57. We saw him kind of fade a little bit in that last stage 2. Maybe tried to do something different. Maybe he learned it didn't work. Maybe he did learn something. Can we see the double zero, our pole sitter, come back? as the Mustang pace car takes the left onto pit road. As we enter the Geico restart zone, the 28 will lead them to green here. And we're back to green as the 28 gets a great start. Same with the 15, the 48 not so much, but the 5 really stacks up on the inside. Giovanni Klein does not get rolling. And the 99 is going to have a shot at his rear bumper into 1. The 22 is going to try and roll the outside on him as the 28 is going to just try and drive away. Now save that right rear, as Jonathan Parker said, and let's see what we can do. See what happens here as the 28 continues, as they're going to be almost 3 wide here for 3rd place. The 57 gets under his championship rival currently. The 57 and the 48 going at it. Teammates, will they play nice or will they get a little aggressive as the 5 goes underneath the both of them? Going to make it 3. The 57 makes a little bit of contact with the 48. Now he's going to pinch down on the 5. The 48's going to have to let them both go there. Now he comes susceptible to the 6. Will the 6 make a move on him? No, he will not, as the 22 is in the background passing the 99. As now the 5 goes through by the 57. The 5 is coming for the 15 next. Oh man, the 5's on a roll. He's up to the leaders. Can Giovanni Klein go up there and steal the lead for a little bit and hold on to it? As the 28's going to mirror drive him through. He is driving it harder in than anyone else right now, Giovanni Klein. Oh, the 28 gets a little loose. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but he got down off the bottom, off the top, and the 5's just going to roll right by him as Giovanni Klein takes the lead here at Vegas. Giovanni Klein knows something some of these other drivers don't, or he's just trying to push as hard as he can, maybe open up a gap before these tires start to really start to go away from him. As now the 57 is getting attacked by the 15 from below, as the 48's trying to get around the 15 to maybe have some help with his teammate / championship rival. And the 99 slides in behind them as the 17 and the 6 there also going. 28 here had a great restart, but that 5 car was just, he was a man on a mission. He wanted that lead, and he's pulling away from this group of guys now. He's up to a half-second lead as the 99 on the outside of the 15 is going to clear him, as the 99 and the 17 take it to the 3rd lane. We haven't seen much of that tonight, as the 99 is going to make it work, get to the outside of Jonathan Parker. Same with the 17. Look at that momentum coming from the 17 car who ran the very top lane. Is he going to do it again? He's going to do it again here in 3 and 4. That top side, that very side by the wall, we see work in real life all the time. Can it continue to work here in iRacing for these guys, as the 99 and the 17 really starting to make it work, as they're now up to 3rd and 5th. As the 99 continues to run around that 3rd lane, the 17 came down to the middle lane that time through 1 and 2. Gets clear the 57. The 99 needs to clear this 28 to get into 2nd. The 99 is clear currently, but not anymore in the middle of the corner. Will clear him off the corner. And the 17 is going to try and do the same thing. The 17 coming out of nowhere. Zachary Meredith really coming out of nowhere. Same with Dylan Chappelle. And gonna try and go run down Giovanni Klein, as he has opened up almost a full 2nd lead on this pack. He's really starting to pull away. He is using those tires, wondering if his strategy is get out there, get a lead, try and abuse the tires, maybe see if it heats up a little bit too much, maybe not get the right rears as loose as if you're trying to save them, but it will probably get as loose as he wants, more loose than he would like to. We'll have to see what happens here as they continue to go through here on lap 57, as the 17 now gets by the 99 to the inside here at 1 and 2. He's going to try and slide up. He's going to clear him, but the 99 is going to have a huge run down here into 3 and 4. The 17 smart. He goes to the top side, and the 99 has to take it to the low side, and that's exactly what he does. Not going to let the 99 get back by him. The 17 coming out of nowhere. As I said, comers and goers every stage. 17 being one of the biggest right now. He has come from nowhere on this restart. Was not expecting to see him up there. As now the 28 is under pressure from the 47, the guy who stayed out at the beginning, at the end of stage 1, stayed out, had to pit under green, is now pressuring for 4th, sorry. As the 2 championship leaders, the 57 and the 48 teammates go side by side through 3 and 4. As the 47 is going to get to the outside of the 28. Don't know what the 28's doing. I'm going with he's doing some hardcore tire saving, because he is falling off this pace, whereas the 5, the 17, the 99, and the 47 are just going after it, as now the 5 is really starting to get run down by the 17, as now the 57 goes by the 28, and the 48 as well is going to go right by the 28 here down at the 3. And here comes the 9, the guy who started dead last in the field, is going to come up on the 28. He is making moves to the front of the field. Yep, halfway through the race now. As we hit halfway, the 5 leads the 17 second, 99 pulling away. The 17 has really started to run down that 5. When I said the 5 was using his tires, the 17 has really come out of nowhere as he fakes the low line, goes to the top. 17 coming to the top side. And he's gonna make it. He gets to the outside quarter panel. Can he make it stick? He's getting to the outside here in 1 and 2. Goes, and is clear of the 5 here. As the 5 now coming susceptible to 99 has ran him down. Are these guys using up too much tire? Look at this pack behind him that's going to try and run him down. The 9 now is up into 7th place. Enrique Queen, I'm not even going to try to say that last name. I'm going to be real. I don't know how to say it. As the 48 now clears the 47, and the 57 is going to try and do the same down into 1 and 2. Enrique getting almost hit by the 28 there through 1 and 2. He's going to stay low on exit, not go all the way up to the wall, as the 57 can't clear the 47, so he gets back in line with him. The 9's going to go below the 57. He's going to send it through. Is he going to clear? No, not yet, but he's going to have a great run down the straightaway and a great shot into 1 to try and clear him. The 48 leads the 47, the 57, and the 28 in this small little pack here, 4th on back, as the 3 leaders have opened up a 2-second gap from the 17 to the 48. These 3 drivers have been using their tires up. Is this something that's going to come back to bite them? As we are now about 15 laps into the run, as Jonathan Parker said, about this point, the tires really do start to wear and they get very, very loose. Are we going to see this second pack really start to surge towards leaders, or did these leaders maybe open up enough of a gap to where they can hold them off until pit stops and maybe benefit the best from it? As the 48, the 57 is going to try and get below the 47 here. Can he get by him as the 9's starting to fade backwards again? He had some good runs, but he's starting to fade backwards. As the 57 is going to get by the 47, who's also starting to fade a little bit. Comers and goers are huge here at Vegas. Who's going to roll the dice? Who's going to gamble? I think the 5, the 99, and the 17 have all gambled on themselves trying to make their tires last. And can they continue to do it? As the 47 gets really loose here in 3 and 4, he's going to lose a ton of time underneath the 57 car. The 15, the 8, the 28, and the 6 are going to make it 4 wide. 4 wide down into 1. Now down to 3 wide. And the 28 and the 6 are going. 28 and the 6 are going to both try and clear the 47 as the 28 blinks twice, but it's clear, and the 47 now gets up to the wall. The 15, the 57, these guys are starting to get single file here as the 48 now sets his sights forward on the front 3 drivers as the 99 has now cleared the 5 up front. Can the 15 make his way around the 57 here? It's looking like he will. Is that 15 of Mark Kaisenweather has really had a good car tonight. Can he utilize it and maybe get up there and go and win this thing and upset Jonathan Parker, your odds-on favorite to win first tonight? Jonathan Parker here through 3 and 4, really trying to work on leading away. He was your stage 1 and 2 winner. He's really got to try and run down these front guys. I think the 5 is really starting to struggle with his tires. He's fallen off from the 17 and the 99 themselves. He's really, I've noticed, starting to fall away from him as the 99 might have saved a little bit better tire than the 17, and he's starting to surge onto him. What are we going to see here from this rear group and front group? Are we going to see any fireworks happening? As we come through 3 and 4, we see a lot of side-by-side racing here. There's a lot of really good racing going on. There's now the 57 and the 15. The 15 gets to the outside of the 57. The prime position to be if you want to take a pass. If the 6 can utilize this properly. Oh, the 15 maybe overdrives, or the 57 just drove it in way harder and is going to clear the 15. Usually the outside is the best line to be, but the 57 showed it doesn't have to be, and he can make it work anywhere he wants. As now the 6 gets below the 15. Can he do the same thing the 57 did? As the 99 now passes for the lead over the 17. These guys' gap has gone from 2.3 to 1.7. I think they're starting to feel the effects of the tire, where the 99 seems to have saved some tire though, as he seems to be faster than both of the other two combined. Can he start to pull away as the 17 and the 5 are going to get side by side in battle? As the 17 to the outside of the 5. Can he get it done here? No, he cannot. The 5 will be in second place now. As the 57 and the 6 now to the outside of the 15, as the 15 will not go away from the 57 at all. And the 6 is really trying to get by him here. 57 gets a little loose. He's gonna get on, the 15 is gonna get underneath of him now. We're at lap 72, 160. We're expecting pit stops in about the next 10 to 15 laps. We're gonna start seeing people come down, and that's where you're gonna see the big difference made as the 47 gets really loose behind these guys, almost going around. Now the 94 is gonna get underneath him. We haven't talked much about him all night long, as we're back to the 15, as the 22 is also gonna get below the 47, and the 00 starting to show his nose once again. Casey Weisner slowly making his way back up. He is a fast driver. He sat on pole tonight. He had pole by quite a bit. Half a tenth of a second is quite a lot in racing. He had a little bit of damage from stage 1. Can he get up there? As now the 5 is going to go back at the 99 here for the lead. Can that make it happen? The 5, the 99, the 5 goes up. He's going to go low, sorry. Get low. Is he going to clear? He does clear the 99 down the straightaway, but doesn't get up to the wall. Doesn't want to chop the run that the 99 might have had from the high side. As these guys are really starting to battle, it's pulling back that big group. Jonathan Parker and them, as you can see on your screens, the 48 is pulling hard onto him, as the 6 is really starting to have a lot of issues. Hopefully he figures those out, and the 28 is going to try and go below him. 6 gets around them. Oh, the 28 has a huge issue coming out of 2. Don't know if he just gets loose or something, but he just goes way to the bottom of the track, loses a bunch of time, loses position to the 15, and now there's under threat from the 22 behind. It is weird seeing those Penske numbers on a Toyota Camry. Not my league, not my choice, not my car. As the 17 now gets underneath the 99. And here comes Jonathan Parker. Has he saved his tires better than these guys? Is he going to just make it happen here? He is really starting to surge. As the 17 gets loose out of 2, they're going to split him. 99 to the top, 18 to the bottom, 48 to the bottom. 48 now around the 17, as the 57 is going to go to the high side of the 17. Try and make it work all the way in lane 3 as he grabs the wall for quite a second. He should be okay with that one. That he should just get away with it. As now the 48 goes below the 99. Going to send it down into 1 and 2. He's going to clear it in the middle of the corner as the 99 comes down, as the 57 gets around to the outside. I think these guys who really surged ahead there at that restart are really starting to struggle with their tires. The 99 coming in, I believe, this pit stop, this lap. 99 in this lap for a pit stop. Yes, he is. He's coming down. Almost gets clobbered by the 17. This seems a little early for a stop. You know, we're only at lap 77. I was told we can make about 39-ish laps. So this could, if you save enough fuel, you could make it swerve. And he was starting to lose the time. So you got to try something. You got to roll these dice. And here he goes. Dylan Chappelle's going to roll the dice. But is it going to work out for him? We're going to have to wait and see. As the 28 and the 22 get side-by-side battling here. Here they go. They're going into 3. The 28 kind of drives up. The 22 tries to pinch a little bit. And the 22 looks to be on the preferable side down the front stretch to continue rolling. Ooh, they touch a little bit down the front straightaway. It looks like the 22 is going to get into 1 on the outside of the 28, and this is where you got to make it stick. You have to get it to stick on the outside, and you just got to drive through it. As the 48 has reeled in these leaders, he's up to the 5. Giovanni Klein did a great job driving away from that field, but that 48, that silver and black Lowe's 48 has loomed large in his mirror now. As he goes to the inside, the 5's not going to let him get to the inside, and the 48's just going to drive right by him. That's the difference of saving tires right there. If you ever want to know what it's like on iRacing, you don't save your tires, you just can't defend sometimes. The 57 gets a little loose off of 4 as the 15 gets up to his bumper, going to try and pack the air on that car and maybe try and make it loose just like the old 6th gen car. And the 15 dives to the inside. The 5 is starting to have a surge back, but just can't have the tires to get it on exit on him. The 5, the 15, side by side. Teammates not going to try and race each other too hard here, but we're going to have to see how they do. I mean, you can't race too hard when you're on your own teammate like this. But if you're the 5, maybe you let the 15 go. I mean, he's not the guy, he's your teammate. You know you're on older tires, you know you burnt your stuff up a little bit too much. Let him maybe try and fight this 48 car, as the 57's now also going to go to the inside of the 5. Now this is the guy you race a little bit harder, not your teammate. He's a points leader. Maybe you're trying to help your teammate, maybe gain some points back. You just get a little bit more, you know, be a little more of Ross Chastain to pass. As the 15's really trying to surge on that 48 there. He's trying to get around him. The 15's going to go to the inside of the 48, and they are going to be side by side for the lead as the 22 gets really loose out of the turn. He's still sideways down the front stretch on the apron, and he saves it. What a save by him. That was impressive. As the 15, in all that chaos, gets by the 48. That is impressive. Mark Kaisenweather gets into the lead, and now he's going to try and drive away here as we're expecting pit stops within these next few laps. When are we going to see some drivers dip in? We're going to have to watch for it. As now the field window has started to open. We're just under that 40 laps to go mark. As the 15 is going to try and pull away with the 57 and the 48 chasing. Jonathan Parker, again, a 2-time winner here. Really would like it to make... Sorry, excuse me. Would really like to make it 3 times there. As the 5 gets back to the outside of the 57, the 5 is seeming to have pace, even with these burnt-up tires. Maybe he can make it continue to work. Hopefully. As he's going to try to get to the inside. No, he can't. 5 goes all the way to the wall. Doesn't get it to work. As the 15 and the 48 here continue to lead and drive away from the field as we've gotten real single file. As every driver knows, green flag stops are coming. Who will go first for that undercut? Because when you, remember, undercuts can be huge. Pace falls off pretty large here. We're not seeing nearly as quick a times as we once saw. Pace is in 47, coming down pit road. Brett Bennett onto pit lane. He's going to try and jump the field. Again, you want a shot to win. Sometimes you got to do something you don't want to do, which is maybe short pit, and you might fall off near the end of the run, but it could also gain you a ton of time. As they're going to need a full tank of fuel, it's not going to be worth it to take 2 tires. You're going to have to wait on fuel anyways. So the question becomes, as the 5 and the 28 make a little bit of contact there off the corner. As here comes the 6 and the 00. The 17 gets loose, it looks like, off the corner and lost a ton of time. As Brett still on pit road. Here comes the 5 on the 28. Nope, not going to get there on this straightaway. He will have to slot in line. 34 laps to go. We're expecting pit stops as the 9 is going to be coming in this time by. Hearing over the radio, the 9 will be pitting in this time by. He's in the back. Again, these drivers back here, they've got to try something. Running in the back, you've got to try to do something different than these guys. If I'm Happyack, if I'm Weidschnitt, if I'm the 5, I'm looking at this window and I'm like, it's open as the 00 gets into the 6. He goes down to the apron. The 00 struggling a little bit tonight with some damage. This is when I would pit if I was him. That was an aggressive move around, I believe, his own even teammate, trying to make it work. No, it's not his teammate, but probably have a good relationship and don't really want to be doing that too often to guys like that, especially when you race around them most of the time. As the 17 is now also pit in Zachary Meredith to try and jump the field. Again, when do you come? When do you make the move and say, this is it? I'm laying my cards on the table. We got 32 laps to go here. Maybe they can go longer on field than we thought at 39. Maybe they can make it, push it over 40. But if I'm sitting 5th, 6th, I might be considering this undercut. I want to wait, maybe see is that the 16 of Kyle Taub, last week's winner, is now into pit road. Running decently well in the 14th position prior to the pit stop, I believe. We'll see if he can continue to roll, maybe make this undercut work. Again, there's so much pace to be had on fresh tires. These drivers run about 31.6 laps. And their best are in the 30s. Maybe we could see some really quick time. If you're about a second, if you're about 2 to 3 seconds, you might want to short pit this, as you could gain tons of time on these leaders. But I don't know if we're going to see anything just yet, as the 15 continues to lead the 48, the 57, and the 28. These have been the 4 fastest cars all night. They've been up here all night long. The 15, the 48, the 57, and the 28. Can they continue it? Can they assert their dominance? As the 5's going to come in. The 5, what I thought he should do, undercut the front leaders. This should benefit him. If he does this right, he could gain a ton of time. Now the thing he is not looking for is any caution to come out. If anything like that happens, we could see a huge wrench thrown into this thing. That's why drivers are always hesitant to do green flag stops. There's usually a higher chance of caution. As now the 15 goes to the bottom. He's staying high, he's staying at speed. He is not going to come in this time by. Who will be the next driver to come in? Again, one by one, these drivers are going to flow in. They got to, at some point, one of these 4 leaders is going to have to make the decision. I'm pitting to beat you. And if you're Jonathan Parker, I'd make that decision soon, man. I'd pick in these next few laps, get in there, get into pit road, try and just take advantage of. We're stuck behind the 15 right now. As now we look back at Nick Hapiak back here. Another driver who could really benefit from maybe undercutting these guys in front of him. You gotta take the risk of the pit. You gotta take it at some point. As I hear over the radio, the 48 is coming in this time by. The 48 is pitting. The 15 looks to be doing the same thing. That is not going to benefit the 48 unless he gets a better pit road, as we're going to see both the 15 and the 48 in this time. 15 overcooked it a little bit. Nope, looks to be good on pace speed. He almost overcooked it there in the pit road. As the 22, the 23, and the 82 also are all coming in with these guys, and same with the 24 back there, Cody McCorkle, and is at the 94 as well, is also in. Real race though, the 15 and the 48 on pit road, is the 28's, I believe, coming in this time by. Maybe, nope, he's gonna stay out as the 57. No, the 28 is coming in, and same with the 57, as the 57's coming in really hot. The 9's, the 6th right. Oh, the caution that everyone dreaded did not want to happen, as the 47 and the 6, I believe, you make some contact. Maybe the 6 not announcing he's gonna pit. Pacey Weidnett will now lead. This race may have just fallen right into his lap, but he will need to pit. Yep. Let's see what happened here. As 6 is slowing. At 6 comes into 3 and 4 at pace. Looking really good. Blinks a little bit. Blinks. Starts slowing down and just gets driven over by the 87. Not announcing pit road. Really can. You need to announce when you're coming to pit road. I never heard the 6 say anything. The 87 just drives right over it. And he was blinking. Maybe tried to say it, but just couldn't say it. The 87, Tyler Brynock, is not anybody's friend right now, especially with some of these drivers. The 47 complaining that he definitely had drivers beat on the pit cycle, as a lot of drivers are going to come in. The 23, who will assume the lead? That is the question. that we need to ask, as a lot of drivers have ended up a lap down. I believe it's going to be the 57 will assume the lead, as he had just pit right as that caution was coming out. He made it onto pit road. That was huge, and really could be the game changer tonight to help him secure maybe even a bigger lead here coming into after, wow, maybe secure a bigger championship lead after race 5 here at Vegas. Let's take a quick break, as I need to catch my breath. Welcome back to the Legends Racing Network here at Las Vegas with the NAOR series. As we just start coming back here with 22 to go, we'll be going green with 21 to go. We just had one of our second caution for cause, I believe. And now, with that as in the middle of green flag pit stops that happened, the 57 and the 28 have assumed the front row, the 15 in third, and your pole sitter, the 00, who had who had some damage in stage 1, fell off in stage 2, is now back into 4th. Can Pacey make anything happen? We've also seen the 14, the 2, the 6, up here the 99, some drivers you didn't see much earlier, the 87, and our guy who's our favorite, Jonathan Parker, not as far up. He's down in 9th, starting on the inside line. We'll have to see what happens here as we get ready to go green. As the 57 leads them in, they're green again, with the 28 getting not the best start. The 15 gets into the inside of him, and will the 15 be able to go as the 00 is going to look to the inside also of the 28. The 57 is going to lead away. 21 laps to go. We heard from Jonathan Parker earlier in this broadcast that about 15 laps the tires will fall off. and really start to get loose. How hard do you push it to maybe try and hold off on 6 laps as the 99 decides to Ross Chastain it and ride the wall for a little bit, as the 2 also grabs the wall and corner exit of the 4. Donnie Kite gets out of it, gets into the wall out of 4 and loses a ton of time, as now the 6 looks to the inside, and now the 15 gets clear of the 28. It's going to be the 15 and the 57. The 15s looked fast all night long. Again, the question is, how hard do you push? When do you push? And how hard can you push these tires? Well, it was that the last caution, we'll see. I don't know. I don't believe so. I believe we'll see another one, but you never know. They got 20 to go this time. 19 to go now. The 57 continues to lead from the 15. Ethan Moreno over Mark Kisenworth, and then Jaden Porter follows with Pacey Wygent behind. In the 14, Nathan Lehman, someone we haven't really mentioned all night long, up there in 5th, having a really solid night. That caution during the green flag stops really helped him, as the 57 just kind of takes the nose away from the 15 there a little bit. You know, runs his line, not fully, but enough to maybe say, hey, you're not going to get as nice of a line here as much as you really want into turn 3 and 4. As he goes high and the 15 tries to go low. 15's got to try and find his way around, as we're all single file here. Look at this, they're all single file, only a few cars double file in the back as we come up 4. The 15's right up to the bumper, the 57, he's gonna look to the inside of him finally. The 15's gonna go for it down here in turn 1 and 2. Is he gonna make the move? Dick, he's gonna drive it in hard. He's not clear in the center of the corners. The 57 drives it in even harder on that top line. How did he make that stick? I don't think I've seen a car drive that hard around the outside. Was that good for his tires? Was that what the 57 wants to do? The 57 would love to walk out of here with a bigger points lead than he has now. As now the 28 gets outside, the 00 gets outside the 28. The 00 Pacey Wygent, our pole sitter, really starting to make the comeback here. That caution really benefited him, as the 15 looks back to the inside of the 57 and is going to try it again, and this time gets clear and will take the lead of this race with only 16 to go, as the 57 is going to look back to the inside as they spread out down the backstretch. It looks like the 99 grabbed the wall and the 6 is going to get below him, and the 6 gets below him. The 99 gets up almost into the 2 back there, as now the 28 is trying to get back onto the outside of the 00. The 00 is going to block high. The 28 is going to get low. The 14 is going to try. Can't really go anywhere. He's just going to have to sit there, as the 28 is going to drive it in deep. Is he going to try and clear him? As the 57 gets back around the 15, as the 15 blinks out. We've lost the 15. The 15 has been abducted by some aliens now, as the 57 continues to move forward. That's going to throw a huge cork into it, as the 15 has disappeared and some aliens have decided to take him away. As now the 17 is going to go to the outside of the 00. The 17 is Zachary Meredith. Oh, there he is. He's back. The 15. Oh my gosh, he's back. Disappeared for a full lap. The aliens decided that, you know, this isn't the guy we're going to want tonight, you know. As the 17 now goes around the 00. Can he get it up there to the 28? The 17 really had a great run at the beginning of this stage, where he just kind of drove by almost everyone there, and he gets put in the wall a little bit by the 28. He's not going to appreciate that, as now he's to the outside of the 28. 00 is also going to try and follow him around there. As here we go, the 17 of Zachary Meredith. Not going to be able to keep it on the outside of the 28. Going to go to the inside this time down the backstretch. He's going to look to get to the inside. Maybe he's going to repay the favor a little bit with the 28, getting him in the wall earlier. And just not going to be able to get there, as the 00 now gets to the outside of the 17. We have a great battle up here for the 4th position, as the 14 just sitting there watching, waiting for maybe one of these drivers to make a mistake, getting around them. As the 28 is really starting to surge on the 15, as the 57's loving what he's watching in his mirror, hoping that that 28 gets beside that 15 and just pulls him backwards. Now the 15 goes to the bottom here in 3 and 4. The 57 leads the 00. The caution flies, as the Justin Quimby out in the corner. Turn 3 and 4 was high. Looks to have a lot of damage. What happened here? 47, the 36, and the 23 side by 3 wide here. 36 comes up, the 47 into turn 3, comes down. Looks like maybe not enough room given, and the 47 gets spun by the 36, including the 94. 3 Ford Mustangs there, all having some decent runs, now with some big damage, and now we're going to have a late race restart. This will be huge. Who's going to pit? Who's going to stay out? Who's going to make a difference? We're going to be going green with less than 10 to go. Will anyone even pit? Is the question. The 28, the 15, everyone's going to pit. I thought someone would stay out. Oh! Did anyone stay out? I don't believe a single driver stayed out. They all want their tires. But if I'm someone in the back, I got to take a risk, man. I got to stay out. I got to try something. Maybe 2 tires here is the gamble. It's Vegas, man. We got to gamble here. Who's going to take 2? Who's going to take 4? Who's just here to maybe splash up on fuel? As we watch the 57, he gets up on his left sides. He's on 2. The 57 on 2. The 28 on 2. The 57 is going to win the race off pit road as the 28 comes off second. The 14 third. 48. I couldn't read that number. 48, the 82, the 15. 15 looks to have got him. As we seem to have a little bit of this beef going on about some pit road incidents there. As the 57 wins the race off pit road, everyone came down. No one's going to take that risk and stay out. Everyone probably understands that there's a chance that this was not the last caution. With a restart under 10 to go, some guys see the pay window open. Some guys maybe who don't sit up here all that time, you know, trying to maybe make something happen. We could see some huge incidents coming from here. Could see some race-changing accidents. We're going to see what happens here with 10 to go. 57, the 28, the 14 of Nathan Lehman, the 48 of Jonathan Parker, and Mark Kissenworth, the 15, will make up your top 5. Cody McCorkle, Pacey Wygant, Zachary Meredith, Nick Hapiak, and Donnie Kite will make up the top 10 in total. Cole Snyder with all that damage. That was that car that went around early in stage 1, right before the end of it. We're going to see, can he make something happen? He's sitting just outside in 11th now. As this Mustang pace car leads our field out of 2, we're hoping to get 1 to green here the next time by. Unsure when that will be. Hopefully, we're going to see some good racing here to the end. Hopefully, clean racing is the hope. But some drivers on 2, you never know how that car is going to handle on 2. Some cars get loose, some cars get tight, some cars, they actually get better on 2. What's going to happen? We're going to see. Hopefully we see some fireworks. Hopefully we see some clean racing. Maybe a little bit of abuse from one another. You know, throwing each other down to the line. But I don't want to see anyone out here getting wrecked. So hopefully Barney throws that 1 to green here. Track is clear, it looks like. And it looks like we're going to be going 1 to green here as the drivers start to double file. That Mustang pace car illuminating those stands. Man, those headlights are bright on that car. And those are really bright. What the heck? Anyways, 57, 28 will make up your front row just like last time, followed by the 14. Now the 48 of Jonathan Parker reinserts himself back in the challenge here on 2 tires. The 15, I believe, might be the first car on 4 tires. As he was running second, is now down to 5th. The 14, I would assume, the 57, the 28, the 14, and the 48 are all on 2, while the 15 is on 4. The 82 looks to be on 2. The 00 is more than likely on 4. Here we come off of 2. The Mustang pace car leads this double file field. We're going to see some chaos here. We're going to get the green with 7 laps to go. With 7 to go, anything can happen here at Vegas. You got to roll your odds. I'm shocked nobody stayed out at that last caution. If we get another one, this is going to be interesting. We're going to see what happens here. as that Mustang pace car takes him through 4, hopefully for the last time tonight. Takes its hard left turn. It's going to take it here in a second. Down onto pit road, and the 57 will lead us to the Geico restart zone. As we go into the Geico restart zone, the 57 goes, doesn't go till very late in the zone, almost goes after the zone, causes a huge stack up, and it's really going to be between the 57, the 28, and the 48 as the 14 gets hugely stacked up there on the start, and now is going to end up too wide as the 28's to the outside of the 57. Here comes Jonathan Parker in the 48. Jaden Porter in the 28 to the outside. Jaden Porter going to go into 3 in the lead. Can he make it stick? Can he clear the 57 on corner exit? The 57 gets a huge run on corner in the middle of the corner. He's going to clear the 28, and the 48 now has to stay behind the 28. Can the 28 make any moves back? That was a huge drive off the corner by the 57 there. The 57 gets really tight to that wall, almost touching it there, as the 48's now going to go to the inside of the 28. Jonathan Parker to the inside of Jaden Porter. As we watch behind the 17, the 82, the 14, all hoping they might have a chance here with 5 laps to go now. The 82 really starting to come into this race of Cody McCorkle, great name, as the 57 still continues to lead him down the backstretch. Really starting to get single file. We're going to come to 4 to go here. Don't really see anyone. As 2 gets inside the 14 here. And the 14 restarted 3rd, is fallen all the way down to 6th. What a terrible restart he had because the wait so long by the 57 to go. Just got stacked up on the green flag. With 4 to go, they're 3 wide behind. Happyak hits Pasty. The 99's in the wall. Gonna keep it straight and it's gonna keep it clean. I believe that was Happyak into Wygenet there. I don't know for sure though. All I saw was the 00 getting hit. As we go back to the front of the pack. Here the 15. Here we go. The 57 and the 28 with 3 to go now. 28's got to try and make a move somehow. He's got to close that gap. He's just about 2 tenths behind him. He's going to close up in 1 and 2. He's got to get there. If he wants any chance of having it, he's going to have to make a move at some point. As he just is not nearly as good through 3 and 4. He's much better through 1 and 2, it seems, but he's just not nearly as good through 3 and 4 as the 57 is. The 57 is something figured out down there. As Ethan Moreno is hoping to extend this lead with 2 to go. Can he continue it? Can he keep it up, or will the 28 be able to get there, maybe use them up? And would we see a surprise winner like in the 48 or maybe even the 82 coming out of nowhere? And only time will tell. The 57 leads us through 4 here to the white flag. The 28's trying to surge. Here we go down into 1. The 28 has 2 more chances at it. He's got this shot into 1 as the 82 and the 17 swap positions. The 17 gets past him. Not looking too great for the 28 here. He has to make the move down here into 3 and 4. What's he gonna do? He's got to drive it in. He won't drive it in hard enough. The 57's gonna come off the corner. The 28's not gonna do it. Teammates, they're not gonna try and wreck each other. The 57 wins here at Las Vegas, followed by Jaden Porter in the 28, 48 of Jonathan Parker. Ethan Moreno is your winner. What a race he drove. Great job. And Jaden Porter race. Jared Bugley Motorsports goes 1, 2, and 3 here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, followed by Zachary Meredith in the 17, Cody McCorkle in the 82 and 5th, the 6th of Nathan Lyman, 2 of Donnie Kite, 6 Nick Happyak, 15 of Mark Kisenworth, the 16 of Kyle Taub, 22 of Josh Arnold, the 12 of Cole Snyder, the 13 of Brett Bennett, the 14 of Pacey Wygenet, and the 15 of Justin Quimby. Finish out your top 15. After that, Giovanni Klein in 16th, and so on and so forth through it. But the only man that matters now is this 57, as he gets to sit here and do victory burnouts. He is the Ayers Designs Las Vegas 180 winner tonight. Ayers Designs, thank you for the sponsorship tonight. No, we didn't mention you much, but thank you so much for the sponsorship. We appreciate you allowing us here at the Legends Racing Network to host these broadcasts. We watch the 57 get to burn it down. And you know what? Blow it up, honestly. You don't need that motor ever again. Let's hope. I can't wait to talk to these guys and hopefully see him. Hopefully get a great interview here from the 57 Pop Tarts Car Quest 57 as Jaden Porter comes second and Jonathan Parker comes third. Burn that down, baby. You earned it, 57. That was a great drive by you. Yep. As we'll head to break before we get these guys in here for a nice interview. Welcome back to the Legends Racing Network with the Ayers Design 180 having been completed here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Let's get into interviewing our drivers here. Let's pull in our winner, the 57, Ethan Francesco Moreno. Yeah. Ethan, Sam Hoff in the booth. How you doing tonight?
Oh, hey, what's up?
I got some questions for you on this victory of yours. What did you
Hey.
feel was your key to victory tonight?
That caution that happened, that was perfect timing for myself. I don't think I had much pace in the long run for the top guys, like the 48 and 28 and 15. I don't think I had their pace. I was struggling with the rear all night. And I planned on taking 2 tires so that before that caution came out, but since it came out at the moment when I already entered pit road, just worked out really well for me, and I came out with the lead. And from that point on, it was just going to be a short run to the end. So just pushing till the end at that point. Kind of in my books, I kind of call it a William Byron type of win. Just coming up, getting some luck there at the end, and just winning on a restart.
So with this win, you continue to grow your lead in the championship here. I know it's only been 5 races, but how do you continue to do this through the regular season to carry that momentum down into the playoffs this season?
Yeah, just boost some confidence. With this car and all that. I'm not too familiar with this car, but um, it's nice to rack up some wins here. Um, hopefully build on with the wins when it comes toward playoff time and all that.
For sure, for sure. This being your second win, do you have anyone specific you'd like to thank for this race?
Sponsors, Pop Tarts, CarQuest, Kellogg's, Cheez It, and I also gotta thank my teammates. We all ran pretty well tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. Great win tonight. Hope to see you continue to dominate and maybe pull that lead even further out in this championship.
All right, thank you.
Now we'll bring in our second place finisher, Jaden Porter. Jaden, Sam Hoff up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Jaden, let me ask you some questions here. What did you feel you had to do differently tonight to potentially get the win over your teammate, the 57?
Not overrun turn 3 and 4 when I was on his outside. I had a really good start, and I was able to stay on his right side out of 2. So I was like, okay, if I just don't butcher 3 and 4, I won the race because I'll clear him. And the car just did not turn. That was the first time I just plowed into a corner like all night, and it just did not turn. And he got clear, and we were just matching lap times from there. So kind of disappointed myself for overrunning turn 3, but still proud at second, I guess.
Sounds good. What would you have done differently? Would you have potentially stayed out near the end on that final caution, maybe tried to do something different than your teammate at the end, or was it just you had to pit at that last caution?
I think he had to pit. There's a big difference in tires after like 15 to 20 laps. I'm pretty sure on the broadcast you saw that with, a lot of guys that just fell off out of nowhere, and a lot of guys who kind of comers and goers through the day. And you had to have tires at the end there because you were going to have to run your heart out the last 5 laps, and you need grip for that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
is there anyone you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone on my team, all my sponsors, NJB Designs, making these cool, these beautiful schemes, these Dale Jr. cars, and that's about it. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast too.
Well, thank you, and congratulations on your second place finish. You did a great job tonight. Hope to see you in victory lane hopefully later this year.
All right, thank you.
And now we'll bring in our third place finisher of Jonathan Parker. Jonathan, Sam Hoff up in the booth. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Not the position I was hoping to talk to you in with how you were running earlier in the day. What do you think could have happened differently? I know you got a little unlucky with that caution there. What would you have done differently had you had the chance?
Well, there's a few different things. If I had a crystal ball, I wouldn't have taken 2 on the green flag stop and I did that because I knew it would tighten me up a little bit, and I wouldn't have to focus as much on my right rear, and it was only about 25, 24 laps I had to go, and in my testing that was fine. So that's why I did that. But when the caution came out, I knew being bunched up that wouldn't have really worked. I needed kind of clean air to make that work. So that got me behind the 8 ball, and I didn't refuel my car when I came back down under that caution. So I was just plowing like a dumb truck, but it was still coming to me. It was still, getting into that comfortable area, and then another caution came out, and what I thought I could have done different on that restart is I didn't expect going into turn 3. Me and Jaden were on the outside of Ethan, and usually when you had someone's right rear, you kind of got the run on them, and you would have passed them off of 4. But not there, because we both just went straight. I backed up my corner, kind of anticipating it might plow a little bit, and it still I just couldn't hold it, and that let Ethan get the upper hand, and he's just so fast, so good, especially on these short runs. It's hard to beat him.
You are in a very tight points battle with Ethan yourself. I mean, you have a battle with him. What can you do to make yourself maybe pull ahead in this points battle and try to maybe get something happening after race 5, maybe in Chicagoland next week or even further down the line?
I think I just need this black cloud off the top of my head, because it hasn't been a lack of speed, has it? We've been up front every week, been in a battle for the win, not just up front, been top 3 battling for the win. And when you're up there, you're eventually going to get your name called. So I just got to, in theory, just law of averages, got to stay up there, and eventually my number will be called. But that black cloud's got to go. I'm sick of it. It hasn't just been, this season so far. It's been everything I've raced for the past few months. It's just, I felt no matter what I do, it doesn't matter. I'm always on the wrong end of the strategy call, or just stupid luck. So I just need that to go. Once I get one, then they'll start to come a little bit more.
Well, I want to say congratulations on your 3rd place finish. And who would you like to thank for your race tonight?
I'd like to thank NJB Design to make the car that I drove tonight, and he's sponsoring Jaden for the season, so I really appreciate that. He also made Jaden's car, so I do appreciate that. Those Cobalt Tools and the Coca-Cola Company, because it's the best soft drink company out there. Chad and Earl, who are my spotter and crew chief. And I'd like to give a shout out to Chris Pacheco.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish. You had a great drive tonight. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
We here at the Legends Racing Network have finished up here at the Ayers Design 180 at Las Vegas. As we look forward on the schedule, we look towards Chicagoland next week. 120 laps there at night, with stages at 20, 25, and even 75. Right? Am I reading that right? Yes, I am. And then we look forward to Michigan and then Indianapolis after that. We'll have to see how those go for those drivers. I'm Sam Hoff here with the Legends Racing Network. Talon Drake here, my producer, an amazing job. Thank you, everyone, for your watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and have a great evening.